So I never did a video on this because it happened during the Black Primacy channel hiatus, if you will. Um, but this is an update. The family of Shanquella Robinson is suing the friends that they allegedly or that allegedly killed her in Mexico. And if you don't remember the story, there was a pretty uh, viral video going around of a group of girlfriends out in Mexico. Um, it looks like some altercation happened. There was video footage of a girl, I guess a couple of girls beating up on another girl. And then maybe a couple of days later, that girl was found dead, and there was no charges ever brought against the group of friends. She mysteriously, I think, they'll probably tell us here in the video. I don't want to make up anything, but somehow she, ended up somewhere dead, and nobody knows exactly what happened, except for the video footage of them beating her up. I think they're gonna show the video footage here. If they don't, then maybe I'll find one um, before we get off here. But yeah, the family is suing them. This is the latest update. Y'all let me know what y'all think. It's Ricky Rich for Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.
And now we have the North Carolina woman who died mysteriously while on vacation in Mexico 2 years ago. The family of Shanquella Robinson is now suing the 6 people she was traveling with, as well as the Justice Department and the FBI. Faith Abube joins us now with more. Good morning, Faith.
Yeah, good morning to you, Robin. Shanquella Robinson's family believes that the federal justice system failed them. 2 years after the North Carolina woman's death overseas, there is still no arrest. In fact, federal prosecutors have declined to pursue justice or charges in this case. And so now the family is believing that this lawsuit could potentially give them what they see as justice and accountability.
This morning, Shanquella Robinson's family taking the FBI and the U.S. State Department to court in the mysterious death of the North Carolina woman. The newly filed lawsuit also naming the so-called Cabo Six, acquaintances who were vacationing with Robinson when she died in Mexico.
Cabo
Those
Six.
responsible for her murder have not been held accountable. The lack of justice serves as a painful reminder of the vulnerabilities faced by individuals, especially young Black women, when they seek adventure in unfamiliar places with unfamiliar faces.
The legal filing detailing multiple accusations, including wrongful death, conspiracy, and emotional distress.
It has been 2 years, and there's no reason that no one has not been arrested yet, and I need justice for my child.
Robinson was found dead in October 2022 inside a villa in Cabo San Lucas. Her travel partners allegedly saying Robinson died of alcohol poisoning, but an autopsy concluding Robinson suffered a broken neck and spine. This still image from a disturbing video surfacing on social media shortly after the incident, appearing to show one of Robinson's acquaintances beating her while 2 others recorded. U.S. authorities declining to pursue charges this past April, citing insufficient evidence.
This really speaks to how the family feels like the system failed Shanquella, and they're really seeking justice and reform when we look at them, including the FBI and the State Department, in their procedures that allowed for this to happen.
The family still hoping an ongoing investigation in Mexico will yield some answers as they remember Robinson as more than just a victim.
We are reminded of the joys that she brought to our lives and the profound loss felt by her family and friends.
And guys, the Robinson family is asking for the maximum monetary award the court will allow. They say that they know that the money won't bring her back, but they're hoping that it is a step towards justice and reform. Meantime, the FBI has declined to comment on pending litigation. Guys.
All right, Faith, thank you very much. And her family has been relentless in wanting answers to what exactly did happen.
As they should be.
Yeah, I mean, I guess suing could help, right? you start, well, but I don't know. 'Cause you're not suing unless I'm missing something. Did they say they're suing the family or they're suing the girls that were a part of it? So yeah, I don't really know how suing them is gonna help. Um, because if they did it, I'm sure they'd gladly, you know, pay out, right? Like they rather get away from murder than they'd rather pay and get away with murder than go to jail. But I don't, I guess there's no city or state to really sue. I guess I was gonna say if they sue the city don't want to lose any money, so they may, that may force them to do a thorough investigation and actually start indicting some of these women because it's kind of clear what happened, right? There's still not enough evidence. I'm going to not go off and show the video. They did show. I felt like they showed enough still images. The video is. Uh, I don't think it would be right. I don't need to show the full video. If you want to, I guess for whatever reason, go see the full video. But these still images here kind of show um what happened. Plus what they were saying. The two girls recorded while another one pretty much jumped on top of her and was beating her to a pulp. And then she ended up dead. And then the whole alcohol poisoning thing just makes no sense, right? As you can see, none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. Uh, it doesn't make sense as to why none of the women have been charged. Um, this is terrible, though, and this is an example of be careful who you decide to go on to who you decide to travel with. Be careful who you decide to surround yourself with. Um, and me, I get it. I it didn't say what they were all there for. They could have been there for a bachelorette party or something that would require uh a group type of setup in a villa or Airbnb or some type. But um, me personally, unless I really know the people, um, I choose just to stay to my stay by myself, really. And even if I really do know the people, there are times where I've traveled with people I know, and it's like, yeah, we all get our own rooms, just because I particularly like my own space. Um, yeah, it may be a little more expensive for everyone to get their own room, but doing that, not only does it give you your own space, but if you're traveling, especially in groups, because I may know, it may be five of us going. I may personally know two or three of the people that's going, and then they may personally know a couple of the people, but I don't know those other people, right? So it's like, and that could have been a situation here where the girl that was, beating up on her, they may not have even known each other that well, if at all, you know. But to save money and to have this bigger space, collectively, it's like let's all pitch in. I got this friend from work that want to go, and we hear those types of stories, all those situations all the time. So, not to say don't do it, not to say that I absolutely wouldn't do it. I'm just saying, you got to be careful with who you decide to, to be in the same space of, especially when you're traveling like this. Because I mean, it happening in Mexico, at least from what I've seen and what I've read and heard on stories similar to this. Uh, Mainly when people end up missing or dead in Mexico, like the Mexican government is they don't really give out too much information. Their investigation isn't as thorough, and U.S. doesn't really ever get involved like that, heavily involved. Um, and so just like that story that happened a few, maybe probably around the same time actually, when the group of people got abducted by the Mexican cartels. They were out there trying to get BBLs and other surgeries, and there was 4 of them, and they all got abducted, and the 2 guys got killed. Uh, Come to find out, the cartels had the wrong people, and so they surrendered the people that were involved with it. But it's like, how does that, how when that type of stuff happened? Yes, the group of people were black, but even then, it's like, how does that even like? Why is there an organization that's allowed to just, in a sense, get away with that? But we're not gonna go there because I ain't trying to come up missing. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying there are certain places where when things like this happen, you're really by yourself. So it would behoove us all to travel with and be amongst people that we know and trust when we're in a group like this. Clearly, the people in the group, the 3 people, there are 3 people involved with this, at least per what we saw. 2 people were recording, and 1 person was beating her up. Clearly, she could not trust any of those 3 people. Right? They said there were 6 people on the trip. We don't know where the other 2 people were, but those 3, the 2 people that were recording and the one that was beating her up, she clearly could not trust those, and should not have been traveling with those people. Not putting blame on her, by the way, either. Uh, I'm just speaking in as this being an example of how we should be moving. Um, but my thoughts and prayers are to her and her family. Hopefully, they get some sort of justice. It has been 2 years, and they're just now, they're getting around to doing a lawsuit. Um, doesn't look good, in my opinion. Just don't know how they're going to sue, but we'll see. We'll track it as always, and drop another update if one comes. But y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, it's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.